Alright, and we should be live. Great. So, we're going to continue our little adventure here today. Hopefully getting a little bit more a little bit more done on this water here. So, it seems like I left myself with a bunch of dry sponges last time. And we need to get a bunch of... Hey Mono, welcome. Seems like we need to get a bunch more sand to continue sort of this road here. Hi Mono, everything has been well? Or everything going as it's supposed to? Or whatever you say? Or however you say it. Ah, we are in need of some torches. Hey Salsa, you made it today, that's nice. I want to try and make it sort of a point to always fly through here. Ow. If I can. Just because I think that's kind of cool. I should make more spots like that where it's like kind of cool if I fly through. Torches. Do I really not have any torches in this? No, I do not. This time then, let's get more than plenty. Ow. Oh, you guys are making a comic? What sort of comic? Just out of curiosity. If you don't mind telling me, that is. We're just gonna keep 2 stacks on us. And so it begins. Just a little bit of damage control here. Alright. Clear up underwater. Oh. How could I have forgotten that? That's kind of embarrassing. I gotta clear this out anyway at some point, because like I don't want to waste all this sand here. I still think it's quicker clearing this out than it is to stand by the sand machine, probably, or at least around there. So, oh, an invisible spider. Those are kind of rare. Kinda, not like super rare, but kinda. Eventually, we're gonna make a mob museum, I think. We're gonna try and catch one of every mob. I've always sort of wanted one of those, it just requires so much work. museum dedicated to the weird and unexplained. That does sound pretty cool. It's actually kind of cool that they even hit the hitbox for him. Like, it just makes him feel, well, invisible, I suppose. More like what they're supposed to be. That's actually like a super cool question one could ask for like one of those Minecraft riddles. What is a mob that does not have a visible hitbox when F3 is applied? That's a good riddle question if you ask me. Not sure I have enough sand for this, but at least a portion of it I do have enough sand for. Oh, I do. Nice. I should probably try and light this area up. We'll do that after this. Oh. Right, that's gonna make it very difficult to even this water out. That would indeed make it downright impossible. Alright, let's light this area up. Because this is way too much light for my liking. Or way too little light for my liking. Gotta make sure that nothing really has the opportunity to sneak up on us. Which this will ensure. Nope, ain't happening today. I refuse. Okay, so now I can start removing the sand walls. Fairly safely. Suppose we'll start down here and then just Did I just spot a long forgotten sponge? That's kind of nice. Oh, I don't, that's why it's not working. I'm like, why am I not putting down any torches? Because I'm not holding any. That, that oddly enough makes sense to me. Dumbass. Hey, Rocket League Fang, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. At least so. I mean, that's something. We're sort of just clearing out here a little bit today. On this for like a couple of reasons. One of which being I want the sand back so I can like make more walls. And another, it just gives me more satisfaction to see this area actually cleaned out. Oh, you're not having a wonderful day? Why? Anything happened? If you are alright with sharing, that is. I'm not gonna force you to share if you don't wanna. Ah, right. Yeah, that does put a dampener on things, doesn't it? Is it just a cold, or are you running a fever too? Alright, well, sorry to hear that, man. And then we need to go dry up some sponges. Not really. That's what I wanted to avoid by putting that there. Oh. Ah, yes, this is gonna get difficult again if I wanna empty out the water here. It's gonna have to be done by putting this wall. Oh, why is there water here? Well, that won't be in a second, so. Not the end of the world, it's just surprising. Hey, Draco. Ah, you don't have a profile picture in my chat right now. Weird. Or did you just make it kind of black? You made it white? I wonder whether that's the dark mode then. Hmm, weird. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to fight this water here, which kinda sucks, but again, not the end of the world. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But why did you need a VPN? Like, that makes no sense to me, but can't you just be like Discord or something? No, right, never mind. And welcome, Serico. Why not just use Discord? Like, why would you need a VPN for voice chat? I guess I just don't understand. Ooh, let's not drown. And we're out of sand. Of course we are. We're also out of food, which I cannot allow. Okay. But Discord is free too. I probably just still don't quite understand why you need it, but I mean, if it's something that makes you happy, then I'm happy for you. Right. Do I have any leftover food in here? Almost none. Okay. Well, let's go buy a bunch of food. I should get more than like just 2 carrot guides, guys. Like I should have a bunch. Ah, right. Yeah. But like, just, I don't know. To me, it seems easier just to make a new Discord account. But I suppose that's not the case. You didn't just renew your trades. No. Shame. Oh well. I still have a stack in 14 now. It's still pretty decent. But I should totally get like 3, 4, 5 farmers. Like, just so I can, like, or at least 4. Just so I can get 2 stacks of food at a time. At one time. That seems like a good choice to me, anyway. Right, so let's deal with the lines over here. Lines of sand. When we aren't wearing the when the totem isn't up, we should always be wearing a chest plate. Because creeper's scary. And I don't know if a creeper can actually kill me while I wear armor, but it sure as heck isn't gonna risk it for it. Welcome back, Saucel. What sort of comic are you guys writing? Just, I'm curious, you know? Gravel and sand, and a lot of it. I doubt you're making a comic about gravel and sand, although, that could be kind of funny. Okay. But what is it about? Like, like, the size of it doesn't really matter much to me, I'd say, but yeah, but still, give me a plot. What is it about? Who's the characters? Well, you know, you kind of need a description or a teaser of sorts in order to get people interested. Especially when you're not like a name brand. Maybe had you been, if you were Snyder, I would probably watch you, but or Tarantino, I would probably watch it, but everyone reads the description. Unless it's a brand thing. As I said. Besides, it's how the description is how people find it. Like they might not search for the description, but that's how Google and any other search engine will recommend it based on click-through rate, based on your SEO, so the relevance your text has um, to the search, and a bunch of other factors, but how much sand do I have now? Not enough. Should really get started. Okay. Is it like a superhero comic, or like what's the what's the main byline? Like what's the taglines? Is it a horror? Is it a they go to a hut, okay, and there's a wizard in the hut, okay, okay. So sort of fantasy vibe-ish. So you're gonna get turned into a saw and a person with a box head called Mono. Right, right. Oh, it actually sounds kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Oh, and a girl. Damn. Okay, okay. So you're gonna be Prince Charming. Team Fortress. Damn, it's been a while since I thought about Team Fortress. Oh, damn. Is Team Fortress still active? Like, does people still play it? Isn't it just completely dead at this point? If I'm not using the torch for removal. This feels quicker than the torch. It might not be, though. At least it feels a little bit more interactive for me, so it's a little bit more interesting to do this than... do I have something on me that I don't care for? Yeah, I do. Good. I don't know, back in the day when I was playing Team Fortress, right, I had a mate who were really good at the game, but then he got banned for hacking. And I don't know, I really enjoy playing with him, but apparently he has also since confessed to the fact that he was actually hacking. Um, and I don't know, that just sort of killed the vibe for us when he got banned. For a long time I just thought he was really good at the game, which really frustrated me, which made me want to play better. It turns out that was never the case. He was never better than me, he was just like hacking back in the day. Back in the day when all the hacking softwares were free and stuff, you just had to go to sketchy websites. It is Avatar: The Last Airbender and TLOK. Wait, what? Ah, The Legend of Korra. Yeah, okay. But no family relationships. Huh? Pardon? Well, I'm a big fan of uh, Avatar, so the entire universe. So sounds pretty good to me. Right, I should probably put torches down there. To reduce the chance of anything spawning. We need more torches. All these torches are going to disappear, but because I'm not going to bother picking them up, I'm just going to bomb them away when time is, but I'd much rather just waste a bunch of coal and make sure that I'm absolutely safe. No questions asked. Okay, that should make this entire area kinda safe. Not absolutely, but kinda. And that's good enough for me. Because I don't know, I just feel kind of risque just running around here. Sponge, 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 sponge. And now we put down soldiers here. Hmm, we don't have to take this much further, just a little bit, and then we're gonna be good on that front, I think, on this level here. Alright, I guess we can also use the gravel. No reason not to. And let's just cap this off. Waste of a few rockets for sure. But, and we're out of sand. So back to shoveling a bunch of it. might as well use the last few sponges here. To make this area look as nice as possible. That should get me to the right number of sand, more or less. At least to complete the wall over there. Ow. What was that? Was that a trident guy? Yeah, it was. Hello, good sir. You may have been one of the weakest trident guys I've ever come across. Ah, I'm not wearing the elytra. I am now, however. Alright. Not gonna say that clearing an ocean takes longer than I anticipated, but damn, it takes long. It takes a long while. Oh, I thought that was a creeper. Oh, I'm just gonna murder him anyway. When I flew over, I thought for sure that looked like a creeper, but apparently I was wrong. Alright, and now we clear out all of the water here. Hey! I'm gonna try not butcher your name here. NEQ Danish? Does that sound about right? But welcome. Not doing a whole bunch today. We're just sort of clearing out a ocean here, or rather a an area for our new base. And we've been going at this for a while, and we're gonna keep going at this for even longer. We made it about 40% of the way there, but it is a huge undertaking. But how are you doing today? I can show you my world in just a few seconds. I'm just gonna clear out a bunch of water here first, and then I'm gonna give you a quick world tour for how it looks. Gotta make sure we pick up these sponges, because there are no monuments nearby that we haven't raided. So it would be kind of a disaster losing one, or losing a bunch. Oops. Ah, right, yeah, that's gonna make it awfully difficult emptying out this area here. Alright, and I'm ready to show you the world as it is currently. So, this is the area we're clearing, and we have to clear out all of the area all the way over here, which is going to take a while, for sure. Currently we have taken care of this area, which I would say is about 40%, but might be a little bit less. But as for our current base, we have that over here. second. We have that right over here. I'm gonna quickly just head to bed because it's very dark when it's nighttime and raining here. So let's just take my bed back, apparently. Apparently that was needed. And give me a second, I will need to get something from the kitchen. A spoon, that is. Make myself a smoothie snack to sort of drink while I'm here. So this is a hardcore world. It's 2,164 days old, which is a pretty decent number. And this is what we've been doing. It's completely vanilla. We made a very big dragon, as you can see up there. We remade a village down here. It's a sort of more of a fantasy style. We made all the mountains you see around here, and of course also the big skull here, where we house our nether portal. Pretty straightforward build, really. Like, it's decently sized, but pretty straightforward. We have the dock over here, where the ships theoretically should enter the village. Sort of a tavern area here. A very big water tank for axolotls in here. Alright, well, I have the sponges. Might as well fix this. Nice. Small aquarium here. We have our iron farm here. It's this big tower here. It took a while to sort of come up with a design where nothing can spawn on it. So it's completely spawn-proof, this entire island that I made for it. Just a portal-based design. Gives us all the iron that we really need. I don't have a particular need for a lot more anyway. Up here we have the wizard tower. And down below it we have sort of this ancient temple is what I call it. Which is where I put sort of this, I call it an improved beacon, except and I'm going to put a beacon inside of it eventually. It's just, I don't know, I haven't gotten around to doing that. That leads up into this island up here, which is kept up by this huge magical crystal of sorts. Where the beam sort of hits this crystal and then goes swirling out, and that energy is sort of what keeps the island floating. And then of course we have the big guardian, which is the dragon over here. As for redstone, I hide that away inside of my big mountain here. One of the benefits of sort of having made mountains is that they're hollow, and if they're hollow I can like put whatever I don't want people to see inside of it, and that sort of leads us to our redstone area here, where we have a little bit of everything. We have an auto smelter over here, a horse racetrack here, and next to it sort of a bee breeding area. Currently there's not a lot of bees in here, but that's because I just made a big bee farm where I need a bunch of beehives. Snow farm, honey farm. This is the small one, but that has been producing well the last couple of days, I see. We have a rail duper, because, I don't know, rails are just a pain to get. Cactus farm, which produces next to no cactus. We have a pumpkin farm, a regular wood farm, just a small one. A this thing is a bone meal farm, cobblestone and basalt, bone meal farm. And here we have mushroom stem farm. It's broken right now though, which is kind of a shame. Concrete converter. Converting a bunch of concrete very quickly is very nice. And of course a nether tree farm for shroom lights and all sorts of things. I do quite like shroom lights, so I use them quite often. And there's a bone meal farm hooked up to it, and a mushroom farm, or rather, nether mushroom farm for it. We also have a hole here, which leads into 2 more bone meal farms. You might be wondering, but they were made back when I needed a bunch of bone meal for the skull. So that's sort of pretty much the entirety of my world. Though we do have a little bit on the other side. There we have a frog light farm for the frog lights you see up there. And we have a massive gold farm, a bartering farm, and a newly established bee farm. Over here though is where I'm prepping for my next build, which is going to be the biggest build of the world. But I do need to clear out a bunch of water before that sort of comes to fruition. I had completely forgotten about this water here. Oh, that take care of all of it? Really? That's nice. Most of this is done with machines, with machinery, but there is still a fairly large portion that has to be done manually, unfortunately. I would really prefer it if it didn't, but I can't do much about that. Oh, right. I also completely forgot about this line here. Alright, let's try and fix that. So if I put a sponge there, a sponge here, surely that takes out a lot of the water. That's not the desired result. We're gonna keep one of those. Re-enable these boxes so I can see where my sponges is. Alright, we should probably just go dry the sponges. Dry sponges. Neat. Because that means we can probably start on the next line here. So I need to get a bunch of sand and do this. So here. Oh, right. Intense dislike for tall seagrass. I'm gonna finish this line no matter what. There we go. This is gonna be a rough line to do, since it's so tall. Does need to go all the way up here. Okay. But first we need to do it all the way down here. And we need more sand. Can't really say that comes as a surprise. Oh wait, we should light that up first though. This new area here. Again, just for safety. Safety is the most important thing in hardcore, so I mean, I'm definitely trying to stay safe at all times. And one of the easiest ways to do that is just to make sure nothing spawns around you, right? Like, I can't do much about fall damage and that sort of stuff, that's just me being bad. Or having slow reactions. But as far as, like, creepers, skeletons, zombies, and all that sort of stuff, I can pretty much avoid that by simply playing it smart. I don't need to rely on a cold head and a good thought process. I can just, like, play my game. Which I think to a large degree hardcore is about. Always do yourself the favor of, like, spawn proofing everything, and then so that if things do get sticky, you're not actually put in the situation where you would die if you're not at your best. Yeah, and like that just super sucks. Oh no. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I can deal with that. Whee. Ah, should have seen that coming again. I don't mind picking gravel up. I can use gravel too for this, so. I mainly want to use sand just because it's also a different color from the rest, so it's kind of like nice to look at. Or easier to look at, anyway. I mean, since they're introducing like friendly gas or happy gas, I kind of hope that they're gonna introduce friendly slimes. Maybe you can grow it into a certain size by feeding it blocks that it can digest. Like, I don't know, that's just like that's a mechanic I would be kind of excited for. Cause would you look at this guy? He's so cute. He's so cute. Like when he's that size, he can't even hurt me, right? So he's just cute. Okay. How deep is this? Pretty damn. Oh. Is that a big one? Oh, that one can actually hurt me, so I'm not gonna get too close. Oh, that's so far. I have to take it up. Okay. I'm not gonna let that happen. Just getting rid of any kelp in the neighborhood. Any close kelp. Hey, Aaron. It's been a while. Nice seeing you, man. How are you? Everything good? Hey, Aaron. Or... Right. Well, we made it a little bit further since you were here last, Aaron. Like, now we have this massive area cleared out, which is pretty massive, sure, but it's still quite far off the, I'd say we're a bit further than 40% done, but... It do be pretty rough. It do be pretty rough. Because there's a lot of water there. But like, that's the middle-ish. Like, don't quote me on that. It's just around the middle. But it's pretty darn close. To being halfway there. If I'm flooding? Oh, is there a monsoon or whatever you guys call it? Oh, really? Well, I mean, it sounds like you're doing a lot of good work around your community. You can be proud of that. Oops. Alright. Get rid of all the sponges. Nah, it's alright, dude. It's alright. Don't worry about it. And why? And hold on, before you spend money, why? Like, why is it needed for you to spend money in order to fix it? Huh? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I want that sponge very badly. How do I get up to get it? my sponge. Alright. Alright. I wonder how much further I have to go on this, like on this line here. Or whether or not this would be justifiably the last before we start clearing out a new area for with the machine. Though they're good on you. It's good that these skeletons have a hobby at shooting at me, but it's just not very effective. I've got to admit, like they should be using their time more wisely. Or do I need to take it in one more? Oh wow, I need to take it in way more. But it might be beneficial to do this first. Okay. And so we just continue down here. Ah. Oh, do you have a date? Like what's the particular date for it? Ah, well, make sure you're safe, dude. Do you get a lot of tornadoes and like rainstorms and such in your part of the country, or is it unusual? You never get tornadoes? Well, neither does Denmark, so it's not like I have any advice for it, but it's just Alright, and so we take down all of this. Or at least a good portion of it. Oh, friends. Okay, I read fans for a second there. I was like, wait, does she have fans? What kind of fans? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Oh, this is sort of annoying. Not gonna lie. missing a sponge. Well, yeah, that's that's what I thought, right? Why are you typing it like I'm saying something weird? You're the one who wrote basically misspelled friends into me thinking it was fans, and then I had to know if she did something that was worth having fans over, I suppose. If that makes sense, like. I feel like that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Well, I don't know. Maybe she works as like. Oh wait, she's homeschooled, isn't she? Well, maybe she does a podcast, or I was about to say maybe she has like she does the school newspaper, but then I realized that well, it wouldn't be much of a school newspaper if she's from home. But maybe she has a blog, or she has some a very active Instagram account, or stuff like that. Like, how am I supposed to know? I just read fans. All the questions you have to what I said was questions I had, which is why I said it, you know? Oh, yeah, there you go. She could have fans on there. Though I will admit, when a lot of people nowadays say fans, it's usually in conjunction with another sort of thing. So I will give you that. But I also somewhat doubt that that was the case, considering, well, your age, and secondly, you're both religious, so. Right, so if I remove all of this water here. Yeah, well, I don't know whether it's unfortunate. I don't think anyone can sort of get around with knowing what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I would prefer it if we lived in a world where I'm not saying that you're necessarily a child, but I would love it if we lived in a world where generally speaking, children weren't aware of those kind of sites. But I don't think that's happening, unfortunately. Wait, hold on. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also kind of like there's a lot of debate on of it online, right? So it's I would imagine it's kind of difficult being any agent not sort of hearing about it. Oh, wait, excuse you. There you go. Come. Ah, right. Really? You're in the basement? Okay. Stay safe, dude. I suppose. Alright, that should take care of like most of the issues that there's with this right now. The question is whether I want to take care of this or whether I believe that it's going to be easy to just do this with the water. Because I could just make one that goes diagonal now instead of goes that direction. I kind of need to do that anyway, I think. Yeah, I'm so surprised too, dude. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely wondrous of how I've stayed alive for this long. So essentially what I'm thinking is that I could probably create a new machine that runs in that direction and takes up. Could I make it so it goes all the way over here and then just like run it once with like the easy bits? Then it's not going to be as dark. It means I'm going to have to make the machine twice, but I don't know. Unpopular opinion. I actually really like thunderstorms, even if they're close. Not long ago, there's like this tree that grows in the city, or not pretty close to my apartment. And a lightning bolt actually hit it, which shook my entire apartment and like, kind of gave me a good scare. But despite that, I actually think it's super nice when lightning is really just like a proper lightning storm. That's so cool. Alright, I still need to take apart the old machine, so I'm still gonna need the sponges. Sponges. And this. What's up, Aaron? Alright, well, good luck on the test, man. Do well. Or break a leg. Break a leg. I should stick to that. Alright, I might be. Just for you, I might still be streaming then. Alright, let's get all the things that are up on the pillars first. And then all the stuff down here. Alright. Right, so there's still machine above us here. I can quite easily take apart this, I reckon. Okay, so do I have anything I don't want? Put that up there. Oh, looks just a piece of sand. Okay, so as long as I have like pretty much all the machine parts, like a little bit of netherrack is pretty easy to acquire, so not too worried about that. I am about to create an absolute monster-sized version of this machine, so which I want to be right here. Here? Here is where the obsidian will go. I mean, it's gonna clear out so much water, but Jesus Christ, is that big? I'm gonna start from the top right. Oh damn. Meaning that we do this. Would that be easier to do that from up here? I don't know, but we'll try. I don't understand why honey is lower than, like, is a pixel less than, slime, but hey, as long as it works, I suppose I shouldn't complain too much about it. Well, I'm pretty sure I have plenty of honey to spare now, so it's not really something I worry about. But Jesus Christ! Like, look at the size of this thing. We're gonna have so much space on it. It's so nice. We're gonna be able to clear out so much of this water in one go. try to take apart this machine here. As long as I keep this wall in, well, actually, I shouldn't be able to happen anything from that coming over. Oh wait, what's going on here? If I do that, then surely that can pull everything along. That shouldn't break that link. Oh wait, before I do that, let's because apparently it is a lot easier. Let's just put this on first. I actually just saved that zombie's life, likely, because he probably fell down in the water. Well, I guess he turns into a drowned, but I'm still gonna count it as a save, because like otherwise he would have burnt to a crisp. And I feel like there's more life in a drowned than being a pile of ash, but that might just be my outlook on life that's limited. Who knows? I only think I'm gonna have enough power to run 2 of these. 2 levels. That's okay though. Okay, so now we try this again. Gotta remember to remove that. Otherwise the machine will fail. Or I might just run it as a 1 until we get further down. For the sake of first making sure that this can run this entire size. Because otherwise we're going to run into issues. Oops. Really? Okay. Really? I can't be bothered. Okay, so that is one level almost ready for launch. We just need to build the motor onto it. Where's my throwing fork? I have a feeling I'm gonna need that here. Perfect. Oh my, damn. Oh well, it still takes out a lot of that water. Don't know why. That's probably the max. No, I've made one that's wider than that. Oh well. We'll just pop another motor on, remove that link there. But boy, is that a lot of water removed. I'm gonna try and just let it continue until it hits the iron here. Though I myself might want to get off before I am pushed into iron. Right. Well, this the that part is pretty much unstoppable, eh? Alright, so we'll take away the... We'll remove this. And then rebuild that a little bit further along down here. Oh wait, is that a kelp that's already grown? No, okay, that's the... I don't like that. Oh. Okay, so it is even on the right area. It broke if it were to break. That's at least something, right? Alright, Gucci. Yes, so now I just need to create the whole mechanism. Okay, that's all good. That's good. That's good. Why do I want that there? Simple question, a simple answer, I don't. I want it here. That there. This here. And out. Pardon? Why is that refusing to move? 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Okay, no. The right way to go about that was this. Okay, we try that again. I don't understand why it doesn't grab this honey block. Also, let's just put some light down over here. Hey, Gurgle Gurgle. As long as you don't have a trident, I don't really care about you. Which I suppose is pretty... Damn, you dove down quick after me. Wait, what are you holding? Okay, so instead of doing what I was doing... No, I refuse. I want this to work. Ah, fucker off. I want this to work. Because it makes no sense that it doesn't. So, it's as straightforward as that. So those two... Let's just remove that piece of honey and replace it. Hey, Nico! It's been a long time. How are you, man? It's been a long time. I hope you've been well. Grab some water. Put that there. Grab some more water. There. There. I am currently clearing out an ocean, as you can see. It's a slow progress, but there is progress. So I can't really complain too much. It just takes time. Pardon? I hate redstone. With such a passion. Like, I'm sure it doesn't work half the time as it's supposed to. Like, I might be able to see what was wrong there, but still. I feel scammed. What are you holding? Oh, a slime block. Okay, that should be it. I don't understand. I really just don't understand. Like, it's worked for so long, so why does that suddenly stop working? I can't possibly see why it should make a difference, but I'm gonna try and do something here. I cannot see why it possibly should make a difference, but... And it's gonna close right back up, so it's pretty much just a waste of time, but... Cannot possibly see why it should make a difference to make the bit there below, but... We're doing it now. Surely that's not terrible, right? I think that's terrible. If this doesn't work, I'm done with streaming for today. It just cannot stick to that whatsoever. I don't know why, but it just cannot. I mean, it took out a wee bit of water. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for today. This is too tilting. But, I mean, once we get that sort of up and running, we can do like big area, this big area, and then that big area there. Or maybe like that, might be smarter. Don't know yet, but like we get these huge areas of water we can just pretty easily clear out and make it feel like there's more progress. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I hope to see you tomorrow, yeah? Until then, cheerio, Joe out.